Good morning and welcome back to class, everyone. I hope you're all well and good and have managed to have a bit of downtime to yourself over the weekend after what has no doubt been a really busy time while you've been on practicum. As you can probably tell from the background behind me, I'm working away from the office today, so I'm actually up in Hawke's Bay for a couple of days and working from here, which makes a nice change of scene. In fact, if I look out the window, just over here I can see the ocean, so nice, kind of calming and relaxing. It would be nice if there was a bit more sunshine, so I hope there's some sunshine wherever you are. Well, we've got 2 more weeks of classes together before the end of semester, and no doubt you're thinking, wow, end of semester, bring it on. But also I hope you're thinking, well done. It's I know been a huge amount of work for all of you, and a very steep learning curve as well, in terms of not just this program but getting your head around stream and working with other people and getting to know us as staff. But hopefully you feel like you're making really good progress with that. So as hopefully you're aware, there is a final assessment task for this paper which is due next Friday, the 20th of June. So next week there will be a private discussion forum open in the week's teaching block there, in which you post your reflections in there, and I'll reply to you directly via that forum. Only you and I can see what you post in that forum, so please do be open and honest about that. What the task requires you to do is laid out very clearly, well, I think, in the admin guide, but basically it's about you choosing a goal that went quite well, that you felt like you made good progress on during your most recent prac, and a goal that you didn't feel you made as much progress as you would like, or something that surprised you, and you need to reflect on that. Now, the important thing to remember is that you must use one of the reflective frameworks from the Broadley and Fagan reading in your set text. I think it's chapter 8 if I remember correctly, in order to help you get to the deep and critical level that is required of reflective writing. Pretty much every time you see the word reflection, you must think, framework, I need to use a framework. And when I say use a framework, I mean include the headings, because that will help to keep you on track, but also to pay careful attention to what each of those headings needs within it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk you through the Smythe model. There's 3 models in there. There's the data, there's the so what, there's the Smythe. I personally think that the Smythe is the best model for helping you get to the deep, critical, reflective level that's required. Now, reflective practice is something you're probably hearing more and more about. And it is really important that you get this right and that you develop good skills for reflection, because the whole teacher registration process, so the 2-year process that most of you will be going through as beginning teachers, is based on your ability to reflect on your own teaching practice. So it's really important that we get this right, and that next semester, every time you're asked to reflect, you think, framework. So the Smythe reflective framework has the 4 headings of describe, inform, confront and reconstruct, and I'm going to go through each of those really briefly here. I think the most important thing to remember, that the purpose of reflection is to help you improve your practice. It's to help you get better at what you do as a teacher. So try to keep that very much in mind as you're writing. So the describe is a very, very brief description of whatever it is you're reflecting on. I'm thinking 2 to 3 sentences at most, just enough so that if you were to pick it up in 6 months or a year or 2 years' time, you could read those couple of sentences and say, oh yeah, that's what I'm reflecting on here. And it might be a reading that you're reflecting on, or it might be something that's happened, it might be a comment, it might be feedback from another teacher or from a family member, it might be an incident that's happened with a child or with a family. So it's about briefly describing that incident, or what the trigger, I guess, is another way of describing that. Then the next part is inform. And I think of this as being, okay, what informs me? What tells me that this is something that I need to pay attention to, something that I need to improve? So in this section, we'd be wanting to see some links to literature and theory, the things that tell us, the things that inform us that this is important. So if your reflections on you'll say your goal was around Te Reo Māori and you hadn't made as much progress as you thought you might make, that inform section will be building up a bit of a discussion about why is Te Reo Māori and tikanga Māori an important part of our practice? Why is it something that we need to pay attention to? So you'd be expecting to see links to literature and theory in there. I don't expect you to go researching all over the place. This information should be coming from the readings that you've had this semester. The next part of the reflection is the confront, and what you have to do here is you have to confront your beliefs. So to do that you have to identify what your beliefs are and where they come from. So once again, it might be linked to literature and theory and things you've learned about in this course, but it might also be previous experiences. It might be something that happened in your childhood, it might be your own family upbringing, it might be your own education, it might be something you've read, something someone said to you. So you have to confront your beliefs and identify where those beliefs come from, what they're based on. Then the last part, and the most important part, is the reconstruct. This is where you identify exactly what you are going to do next in order to improve your practice. And this is that the whole purpose of reflection is about improving practice. So I would expect to see a range of strategies, tools. Perhaps you're going to do readings, things you're going to try out, and being very specific about what you're going to do and when in order to get better at that, whatever part of your practice that you're reflecting on. So yeah, of course, as always, if you have any questions, please do use the forums. I'm more than happy to answer that. And speaking of which, I'm just about to go in and answer the few questions that have popped in there over the weekend. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I look forward to being back with you. It's really nice to have you in class. Have a great week, and we'll talk soon. Bye.